Welcome to this special edition podcast, Forward Focus, the Future of SES. Today we're going to be diving into people, innovation and partnerships, driving one of the most transformational periods in SES's history.
We've had the opportunity to sit down with the exceptional people who are shaping SES's future, from those reimagining satellite technology and multi-orbit constellations to those championing an inclusive and ambitious company culture. This isn't business as usual. It's the story of a company redefining what's possible in space, connectivity and beyond.
Across this series, we're going to be talking to the most amazing SES leaders and partners, including Carmel, Alberto, Laura, Miquel, Clara and Neil, co-founder of K2 Space. Together, they're going to share how SES is combining world-class innovation with a people-first mindset to shape the next generation of satellite communications as we know it, including how they're going to evolve their supply chain to meet agility and flexibility demand by the new space and the scale for their future of the MEO networks.
So wherever you're tuning in from, settle in and join us as we look forward to the future of SES.
So up next, we're joined by Miquel Albiol, Space Systems and Payload Development at SES. Miquel will explore how rapid payload innovation underpins SES long-term strategy, with milestones like LEO-to-MIO data, relying means for multi-orbit space systems, and how engineering mindsets are evolving to meet demands for software-defined satellites, 5G in space, and AI-enabled payloads. Thank you for joining us today, Miquel.
No problem.
So, first question from myself is, what role does payload innovation play for SES's long-term strategy?
So, we provide network and media distribution from space, and payloads are the key path to that. No? So both these markets are actually disrupted and rapidly changing, and payload innovation is key for that, and actually the ability to adapt quick and much quicker than we did before in all aspects is probably what the main challenges and the main role of the payload innovation looking forward at SES. So I would highlight the ability to move fast and to adapt fast to a disrupted market.
And can you share some recent breakthroughs or innovations in payload design that are shaping SES's capabilities?
So, last week we performed the first contact, still in demo mode, of LEO-MIO data relay. That means that our customer data is flying on board a LEO satellite, and they download that data through MEO to ground. And that is possible thanks to the antenna digital beamforming technology that we have recently deployed with O3b mPOWER, and that we are actually already hands-on in improving for our next generation. So that's one of the, I think, elements that I'm more satisfied with, in one of that is key with this digital beamforming technology we've developed.
Fabulous. And in terms of the biggest technical challenges that's developing this next generation of space systems, how are SES addressing that?
We have many challenges, so it's difficult to choose one, because antenna design is a major challenge in space. Thermal management is a major challenges in space, but probably those are not new. What is the major challenge that is probably new to us is we are planning to fly 5G base stations, so to understand each other, on board on each and every satellite. And there is a lot of margin of improvement in the implementations out there in the market available. And there are many choices still to be made, and choosing the right partners, the right technologies, and making the right choices on that particular 5G base station in space is something that it's one of our major challenges, and our engineers need to focus very much on that and master that.
Sounds like a nice challenge. How are you seeing RF system requirements evolve as SES moves from GEO to MEO to LEO and multi-orbit architectures?
Well, to clarify that, we are not moving now GEO to MEO, so it's more than 10 years that we are already at MEO. And I would say in terms of RF systems, the main technical requirements remain, which is to being as efficient as possible, power efficient as possible, and to, in general terms, keep signal integrity over the RF subsystem. Now, if I need to highlight something towards moving from GEO to MEO, I would say that as you get closer to the Earth, and as the demand goes more broadband and so that it becomes a higher weight or more relevant to manage a spectrum and manage bandwidth and process the signal with respect to amplifying the signal and being efficient on the amplification of the signal. Not just you're closer to the Earth, so you're less sensitive to that. No, but it's still important. But it's kind of the balance moves towards the spectrum from the amplifier.
So in terms of sort of talent, I think in your view, Miquel, what skills or mindsets make communication systems engineers highly successful in space communications environment like SES?
I would say it's hard to say, because I think every different skill sets and different mindsets are good, depending at what task or the duty they are doing. That said, in general, at SES and in general, I would say one of the mindsets or skills that the best engineers have are those that are never losing the focus of the ultimate objective of what you're working on, which is to provide a good service and maximize value to your customers. So if you never lose the focus of what is it for that you are developing this system or subsystem or whatever you're working on, it's important. With respect to focus on the requirements and the concrete tasks, no? So that you always need to challenge a bit what you get, thinking on the ultimate objective. And I think that skill set that not all engineers have, I would say, is what makes an engineer excel, let's say, in an engineering environment.
For sure. And with regards to your RF systems strategy at SES, and how does it intersect with the company's broader product and partnership ambitions?
Well, that's kind of an easy one, no? So they must intersect, no? So RF systems, but in general, all SES infrastructure must follow and, when possible, anticipate to what the products and markets teams are coming with in terms of what are the metrics of our systems that allow us to make a difference, that allow us to increase the value, that allow us to increase the margin. No? Sometimes it's good as well to increase the margin.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's how they intersect, and that's our daily focus. So to deliver the best for our markets and customers. That's for sure.
Fantastic.
And now, probably more for you. If you can look back in your early career when you were younger, still very young.
Sure.
What one piece of advice would you look back on in terms of working in RF satellite systems? What would that be?
I mean, I'm not that young, so it's been quite some years that I've been all my career done mostly only in space. Yeah. So I think I can really talk to that. And if I could give myself an advice, and it's somehow linked to my previous answer, is not focus too excessively in meeting the standard and follow the rules. Use the standards and the rules if they benefit you. So if they benefit the ultimate purpose of what you want to deliver to the customer and what the customer values. So, because in the traditional space, meeting the standard and following the rules was a maxima thing to follow. And if I had challenged that more in the past, I think I would have delivered better products and even executed faster some projects.
Sure. And then from sort of the past to the future, looking ahead the next, say, 3 to 5 years, what payload-related capability or tech are you most excited about at SES, and why?
Well, in the current days, with such a disrupted market and with these players coming, this is a really difficult one. So, because I wouldn't know which one to choose. I would say new, more capable and flexible and efficient satellite antennas are definitely what we are focusing a lot on. Or I could also mention the extensively software-defined onboard processing that we need to develop, no? Linked to the flying G-Node-B that the 5G G-Node-B that I was talking before. That's another major target, no? And what we do with this software definition, no? One thing is to place the capability, and then how we use it to bring more value. That's a major challenge. And how we not use it, no? That's also important to decide what you don't use it for. I don't know, how to incorporate AI into some of these functions. Do we put AI on board? Do we leave AI on ground? What do we use it for? That's a whole very open area that we are exploring. And I don't know, I mean, there are more. I could not forget the optical comms. We are also introducing optical comms in space, that brings several hundreds of gigabits per second that we can transport in space left and right, and this is new for us, and that brings a lot of interesting challenges, technical challenges moving forward.
Exciting times, though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm busy, so we need help here.
Yeah. So, Miquel, now for the final part of our sort of recording, and this is for our audience to get to know you outside of SES.
Yeah.
So we're going to quick fire round questions, be as honest as possible. Over to you.
Okay, university or school of life, which taught you more?
School of life.
And why is that?
Because university taught you the technical principles, and the school of life, even during the university phase, allows you to manage, make your own decisions towards the future, to behave yourself in teams, to empathy with your colleagues, to focus. There are many things. The technical stuff is, it gives you a basis that then you deploy further, no?
Do you have a particular place that you like to go to? It's, you know, some people call it their happy place. Is there somewhere in the world that...
Yes, Mediterranean. Mediterranean. Yeah. So when I think of traveling, I visualize myself next to the Mediterranean. I could do Spain, I could do France, I could do Italy, I could do Greece.
So you're in the Mediterranean, you're in a bar, probably had too many drinks, but some music comes on, karaoke. What's your go-to song?
My go-to song in karaoke? That, I don't know, in a karaoke I could probably choose, I don't know, a Spanish group probably. I would say maybe one from El Último de la Fila is one that I remember singing in a karaoke many years ago, but I don't know, I could do other ones. Maybe Alaska, this kind of easy, strong songs. Yeah.
Love it. Excellent. Well, Miquel, thank you for sharing your insights into new SES, accelerated innovation from program planning into this new space, into the future of payloads. And really good luck. Lots of work to do, but really appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you. Happy to be here.